Hello everyone. Okay, so Dr. Peter Yates, can you tell me about this next workshop that we're going to do? So we've called it Going with the Flow, Patanjali's Bhakti.
Yeah, I can explain it a little bit.
Please do.
Yes, it's a follow-on from the first one.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Probably worth mentioning the first one a little bit about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
In the first approach, which we considered the other day in the workshop, Patanjali invites us simply to dive straight into enlightenment itself, just to dive in, no messing.
Yeah. Cut the crap, guys. Just dive in.
Precisely that. Yeah. And there's there's no kind of specific methodology or much advice around things that you can do, and it's rather elusive for most people, I think.
It's quite ungraspable.
It is ungraspable. In essence, it's ungraspable.
Yeah.
And so a little bit further on, Patanjali says, "Well, okay, try this then.
Yeah.
If that's a bit tough for you, you're a bit thick really, and you can't get it. Try this." And, what he says, Ishvara Pranidhana Dva.
Yeah.
That word Dva means or. So it's or Ishvara Pranidhana will work. And this is a different perspective and a different approach to yoga from the first one. It moves around a little bit. It views the whole phenomenon of yoga from a slightly different angle, and it's probably suited to a different type of person or a different temperament.
Yeah.
Or maybe to somebody who could work with the first bit later on. You know,
different times of their life.
Different time in your life as well.
Yeah.
So he's a smart geezer. He gives a number of approaches throughout the Yoga Sutra. This is the second one, Ishvara Pranidhana.
Yeah.
And this is mentioned in a few places in the Yoga Sutra. I think a couple of other places, but it's in this first place in the 23rd Sutra, the first chapter, where he kind of maps out what it's about in 3 or 4 aphorisms in about 25 words.
Yeah.
You get this massive perspective on yoga. That term Ishvara Pranidhana is usually translated as something like surrender to God. And, there's a but there. I don't think that's that kind of helpful, particularly in this context, where we hear the G word and we
Man on the cloud.
We instantly have images of the man with the beard on the cloud, Yahweh, the Judeo-Christian psychopath God.
Yeah.
You know.
But your interpretation of it is it's different.
No, Patanjali tells us what Ishvara is. He says Ishvara is the ruler.
Yeah.
This just roughly is what the term means. Some kind of ruler.
Yeah.
Even a king in a kingdom might be an Ishvara. So it's some kind of governing principle of things. It seems as though Ishvara is an archetype, given the whole thrust of yoga is inward. In it, the whole thing of yoga is about our inwardness, our inscape, our interiority.
Yeah.
So Ishvara is something that's deep inside us, rather like an archetype.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the core of our being. In fact, our Gospel says Ishvara is the core of our being. Well, he tells us a few things about Ishvara. Ishvara is extremely intelligent. In fact, Patanjali says Ishvara contains the seeds of omniscience. Ishvara is the guru of even the ancient gurus.
Yeah.
So any wisdom that human beings have got all comes from Ishvara. Ishvara taught even the ancient gurus, who then passed on and elaborated and worked up those insights. But those insights come from Ishvara.
Yeah.
And Ishvara is this intelligence, not your IQ, but this deep intelligence, which is the intelligence of things. And as created beings, human beings, of course, participate in the intelligence that's, or the ordering principle, if you want to be a bit less controversial there, that provides the entire universe. We participate in that. And Patanjali is saying to get yoga, do that very same thing. Align yourself with the ordering principle of the universe.
Yeah.
Patanjali takes the view that the universe actually is a dynamic, flowing, system.
Yeah.
He's not a static man. He's actually
This is why we like him.
he's a process man,
Yeah.
and we can align ourselves with that intelligence of things, that flowing intelligence of things, that ordering principle that governs all the constant changes and kaleidoscopic movements of existence itself. Because we participate in it, because we're a part of it.
Yeah.
And it's there available to us.
Yeah.
And if we avail ourselves of it, we get yoga. Yoga reveals itself to us in that. So it is an approach that invites us to go with the flow and to find the intelligence in the flow of things, and practically perhaps to use that also. You know, it's a very practical teaching, as well as offering us a clue and a hint to glimpse in the glorious yoga being state.
So you would say that instead of you wouldn't interpret it as surrendering to God, you would interpret it more as surrendering to the intelligence of the universe.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
So this approach, this second approach that we're going to be talking about in this workshop is about that, surrendering to the intelligence of the universe and going with the flow of that.
Yes, indeed, and I will try and elucidate it in more detail than obviously I can in this short video. We'll go into it, we'll discuss it, we'll look at any issues that arise in a spontaneous way. I don't go into these talks with a script, we'll do it in a spontaneous way. And then we'll practice it. Once we've got clear about what's going on here, we'll taste the practice.
Sounds good.
It will be good, I promise.